What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Kandi and the Gang, Season 1, Episode 9. So, we start this episode off, we find out that we are getting ready for a photo shoot for Patrick's natural oils line, Confident by Pooh, or Pooh Confident, or whatever. All I remember is Pooh. Because who wants to put on something that's got Pooh in the name? Pooh. Even though it's like the French Pooh, and it doesn't matter. It say Pooh, and you want me to put it on my body. But neither here nor there. Everybody is participating in the photo shoot, including the OLG and all of that. Everybody is participating in the photo shoot. So Torrin is going to be the creative director. Safari is the photographer because Patrick said his photographer left him hanging at the last minute. And while they're getting ready for this photo shoot, Torrin is Googling everybody, and he comes across Philip's picture, honey. Philip used to do some modeling, and he done found Philip on the internet. Now, I'm going to say this. Some people might say, why would he be Googling people? Listen, people Google people all the time. I'm just surprised it took them this long to Google Philip. I'd have been Googling Philip the first day. Now, we see, though, that Philip is actually building better relationships with the staff. He's talking to Brian. They're laughing and joking. And Brian said, listen, we have come a long way. You know, everybody kind of said the same thing. Like, we have come a long way with Philip, right? But they were tickled when they found these modeling pictures of him. And, baby, they look good now. I ain't gonna lie now, Patrick. You look good in the pictures, okay? So, Brian is really taking the egg roll situation seriously. We see him going out with Melvin, looking at food trucks, asking questions. One of the guys even let him up on the food truck, and he's getting information. He said, listen, you know, a food truck it's $70,000 just to get off the ground. And Brian was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find some investors because $70,000 I ain't gonna be able to swing that no time soon. And so we know that he's trying to get Kandi or Todd to invest. Now, he does actually have a meeting with Todd. Todd said, listen, I want to sit down, I want to talk to you about your egg rolls, and let's see what maybe we can work out. And so Melvin was like, you might need to go to the bank for that kind of money. He was like, I really wasn't trying to go that kind of route, you know, but I'll see what I can do, I'll see the options or whatever. So later on in the episode, we see Brian have a meeting with Todd. And I'm gonna say this, and Todd was actually impressed too, and I was impressed as well. Brian was ready. Brian had a whole PowerPoint presentation. He had a tasting set up for him with the different variety of egg rolls. Brian loved making them egg rolls. Now, I'm going to tell you, if nothing else, Brian the hustler. Brian always got an egg roll ready for you, okay? But he had the money breakdown. He knew how much he was selling it for, what the profit was going to be, how he was going to package it. He was ready for this meeting. It wasn't just, oh, I know Kandi and Todd, and I'm just going to ask him for some money. He actually came prepared. So he said, listen, I'm asking you for $100,000 and I'm willing to give you 20% of my business. Todd was like, how about 50% of your business and we can get this ready in 6 months? And of course, Brian is hesitant. Who wouldn't be hesitant to give up 50% of their business? But what Todd was saying actually was valid, made some sense. He said, listen, I can give you this. He said, and we don't even have to do the food truck. He said, I already got a space that we can get you set up in. He said, and I'm the only one putting up money. You're not putting up any money. So if you decide to walk away, I'm the one holding the bag. So I really, in this situation, I kind of have more to lose than you do. And from that perspective, he kind of has a point. Like, listen, I can get you set up in a brick and mortar. You know, if you don't want to do the food truck, you don't have to do the food truck. We can have a brick and mortar set up. You're going to have the Kandi brand behind you, and you don't have to come out your pocket with no money. So, of course, Brian was happy, and it's something for him to think about. You know, Todd told him, think about it. You decide what you want to do, and we'll figure it out. So, congratulations to you, Brian. I don't know if you're going to take him up on it or not, but the fact that, you got the offer and you moving, because he said he's only been doing it for a couple of months. So, listen, I think you're doing listen, use what you got to get what you want, boo. So, then we get to the photo shoot, child. We working our way to before we get to the photo shoot, we see Philip meeting with Don Juan, and Philip is telling Don Juan that he wants to make they need to post some job positions. They're looking for a bartender. Because Dom is getting ready to leave. She's going to go into a Rick Ross child. She's excited. She's leaving in like 2 weeks. And he wants to promote Chandrika. He said, listen, she has come a long way since when we first started. She's stepping up. She's definitely being proactive. She's built relationships with her, with her colleagues. She know how to crack the whip. And Don was like, well, my only, I got a couple of concerns. The first concern is, child, she gonna be drunk with power, okay? My second concern is, she did make them comments a couple of weeks ago about Kandi and Todd, and I'm not sure if Kandi and Todd gonna be on board with giving her this promotion coming off the heels of her kind of dogging them out. So he said, we got to kind of run it past Kandi and Todd and just kind of see how they feel about it. So Philip was like, that's cool, but he really, his thing is, listen, I'm a hard ass when I need to be a hard ass, but when I see it's working, it's paying off, and I see people are really stepping up, then I want to reward them with that. So that was cool. So we get to the photo shoot, and baby, everybody comes in. Even OLG come, and Grandma. Listen, Aunt Bertha. Y'all love me some Aunt Bertha. I live for Aunt Bertha. Like, I really live for her. At the beginning of the episode, they had the three of them, because they always give us a little OLG moment. The three of them was sitting around talking, and I guess Mama Joy's birthday was coming up, her 70th, and she was talking about how she been on this planet for 7 decades, and how she loves, all of them, and she loves her family so much. And Aunt Nora gonna say, you've been the best baby sister ever. Aunt Bertha gonna say, I don't know about all that. I said, damn. Aunt Bertha know how to bust a bubble. She know how to bust a bubble. Anyway, child. So they show up to the photo shoot, and of course, Don Juan told them, listen, I will pose, but I'm not taking off my shirt. I will not be shirtless up in here. Patrick, of course, did his thing. Todd did his thing. Philip did his thing. And what was funny was Brian and Chandrika came through there. Brian had got shirts made with the pictures of Philip they found online, and the pictures he put on. They had these because his last name was Kwesi, Kwesi. I don't know if that's Philip's last name or if that was just his modeling name. So Brian made these shirts that said, I love Kwesi, driving me Kwesi, like, let's get Kwesi. And that was one of those jokes that could have went left or it could have went right. And I feel like that's the kind of thing that in the first couple of episodes, Patrick would have been pissed. Philip would have been pissed. He would have stomped off. He would have been like, this is unprofessional. I don't appreciate it. This is disrespectful. But he actually laughed. And he went along with the joke. Like, it was fun. Everybody laughed. And Brian had bought t-shirts for everybody, child. Everybody had a shirt. And Philip was in on the joke. And Philip laughed. You know what I'm saying? And so I was loving that because it definitely showed how far all of them had come. The fact that Brian felt comfortable doing that. The fact that Philip laughed. It was cool. I loved it. Definitely we know we winding down. We know we winding down. But that was cool. So then we see Torrin threw like a little going away activity for Dom. She's leaving in like 2 weeks. So they did the little mobile bar thing where you paddle and you go through the city and you drink and they have hookah and all that good stuff. So two of Dom's good friends with him. One was a guy, so of course Brandon was kind of side-eyeing, like, is this somebody I need to be worried about? Dom was like, you don't need to be worried about him. He's one of my best friends. My mom died when I was 14. His family sort of took me in. They sort of gave me that love. He's one of my best friends, but you don't have nothing to worry about. Brandon said that his intentions are, he feel like him and Dom could go all the way, and that, they ride or die. They together. They in it for the long haul. Child, they had interviews for this new bartending position. Philip had a recommendation. His recommendation showed up drunk. Not only did she show up drunk, but in her interview, she couldn't halfway answer the questions. She was cussing. I was like, what? Where they do that at? Where do they show up drunk, and where do you cuss at the people that you interviewing with? And then she had a nerve to leave the interview talking about something. Yeah, I think I did good. I think I did real good, girl. In whose world? In whose world did you do real good? But Philip was like, listen, they be employing their family, so I'm going to try to get my family on. But but Philip, your family got to show up sober. Just because you applying for a job as a bartender don't mean you can be drunk. You can't show up drunk. Anyway, yeah, I was done. I was too done. So, Philip and Don Juan pulled Chandrika to have a conversation with her. Now, the conversation was about her raise. But Philip was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get her back before we're gonna play with her a little bit. We're gonna have a little fun before we get to the raise part." So they sat her down like they was writing her up, like they had the paperwork and everything, like they were writing her up because she was sitting at the bar with her boyfriend instead of doing what she's supposed to be doing. Chandrika was like, "What? What's this? A what?" She was like, "You can't. It got to be a verbal warning before it's a written warning." Well, I'm not signing that. But I feel like even though she still was a little hood with it, I feel like she handled it better than she would have handled it a month ago too. And so she was like, "Is that it?" And so the Philip was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, no, I got one more thing I need to talk to you about before you leave." And he was like, and that's when they told her about the raise. So of course it was cute. He said, "I told you I was going to get you back for them t-shirts. I told you I was going to get you back." So again, it was all fun. You know, you definitely again see these relationships that are building. Um, so congratulations to Chandrika. So then we see Patrick meet with Safari's dad to ask if he could get his blessing to propose to Safari. What I thought was funny was that man never said yes. What he said was, "If my daughter want to marry you, then I'll support that." Patrick was like, "So is that a yes?" I mean, if she, if she cool with it, so does that mean yes? Like, bruh, just say yes, yes or no. Either you cool with it or you not. Just say yes or no. Anyway, that was the episode. Next season is the finale. I told y'all what the finale was gonna be. It's gonna be Chandrika getting a proposal. Now, whether she say yes or not, child, I don't know. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.